Did you know that Baazigar, the 1993 Hindi film, not only launched the careers of Rukh Khan and Kajol, but also established a new genre of romantic thrillers in Bollywood?
That's incredible. I mean, how did it become such a massive success right off the bat?
Baazigar was released on November 12, 1993, during the festival of Diwali, which contributed to its box office success.
Plus, the film's unique storyline about vengeance and betrayal resonated deeply with audiences, solidifying its cult status over the years.
I've read it had the highest selling soundtrack of the year, too. What made it stand out so much?
The soundtrack, composed by Anu Malik, featured memorable tracks that really captured the essence of the film and appealed to the audience's emotions.
And let's not forget, the chemistry between Khan and Kajol was unparalleled, which further helped in making it an iconic film.
Wow, so it was really the perfect storm for a blockbuster. Were there other notable factors behind its success?
Absolutely. It received 10 nominations at the Filmfare Awards and won 4, including Best Actor for Khan. Those accolades also drew attention to the film.
It was also a remarkable achievement, as it was one of the earliest examples of an anti-hero in Indian cinema, which is something we'll explore more in depth later.
Anti-hero? That's interesting. What does that mean in the context of this film?
That's a critical part of the storyline. It shifts the perspective from the typical hero to a character who's deeply flawed but relatable.
I can see how that would be captivating.
The plot centers around Vicky, who seeks revenge for his family's downfall. He enters the lives of two wealthy sisters, Seema and Priya, under false pretenses.
So is he a complete villain, or does he have redeeming qualities?
Vicky, played by Khan, is portrayed as a sympathetic anti-hero, aiming to right the wrongs done to his family while engaging in morally questionable actions.
Is there a specific event that triggers this revenge quest?
Yes, the film reveals layers of backstory, including a traumatic incident involving Vicky's family, leading him to target Priya's father, Madan Chopra.
The depth of the plot adds to the suspense. For instance, when Seema's boyfriend Ajay convinces her to commit suicide, it sets off a horrifying chain of events.
That sounds intense. How does Priya fit into this picture?
Priya unknowingly gets entangled in Vicky's plan. Her engagement to Vicky uncovers the web of deception as she learns the truth about Ajay's identity.
That's a lot of twists. But does she figure everything out in time?
I wouldn't spoil that just yet, but the climax is truly gripping, filled with unexpected confrontations and revelations.
Immediate intrigue. But if Vicky is the anti-hero, what happens to him in the end?
You'll have to stay tuned for that. There are many layers to unfold here. Now let's talk about the powerhouse cast. Rukh Khan and Kajol led the way, but they weren't the only stars.
I've heard that some actors were originally considered for roles. Who were they?
Indeed. The film initially approached several A-list actors for the lead role, including Akshay Kumar and Salman Khan, but they turned it down due to the dark nature of the character.
That aspect really showcases how unique Baazigar was for its time. It challenged norms, requiring an actor who could portray complicated emotions.
But eventually, Khan took on the role, right? What led to his casting?
He passionately convinced the producers that he could handle the character. Despite criticisms, it turned into a career-defining role for him.
And interestingly, the female roles were meant for one actress initially. They had to split the roles to maintain audience sympathy for the anti-hero.
How fascinating. So Kajol and Shilpa Shetty both had significant roles. Did their performances also impact the movie's success?
Absolutely. Their portrayals brought depth to the narrative, enriching the viewer's emotional experience.
Not to mention the film became their launching pads in the industry, introducing them to countless opportunities thereafter.
Speaking of opportunities, were there any challenges during the filming?
Well, let's find out more as we discuss the filming process itself. The development of Baazigar is noteworthy since it was inspired by the Hollywood film A Kiss Before Dying, but told a different, more complex story.
What differences did they incorporate?
While the American version features a clear villain, Baazigar gives viewers a protagonist with a relatable motive driving his morally ambiguous actions.
That's a refreshing take. So how did the directors come upon this unique storyline?
It was sparked by Deepak Tagori's enthusiasm for the original film. When he brought it to the directors, They saw potential in crafting a subversive narrative.
Their vision was to transform a simple revenge tale into a multifaceted drama, which ultimately paved the way for Shah Rukh Khan's iconic anti-hero.
Was there any pushback during the pre-production stage?
There was a bit of skepticism initially about casting in the genre, but the team stood firm on their vision, which paid off immensely.
It seems like a risky endeavor, but the rewards were tremendous. What else can we look forward to in Baazigar's production story?
Just wait until we discuss the casting controversies next. Some big names and decisions led to a fascinating behind-the-scenes narrative.
The casting process of Baazigar was quite interesting. Several big names in Bollywood were approached, but ultimately turned the role down.
Why would they? Wasn't this a huge opportunity?
The character's dark nature played a significant role. Actors like Akshay and Salman felt it could hurt their image, which was quite a risk back then.
And was Shah Rukh Khan the only one left standing?
He was the one who believed he could tackle that challenge head-on and persuaded the producers with his confidence.
I can't believe some thought he wouldn't fit. What did the producers see in him?
Khan had a charm and vulnerability that lingered even in darker themes, which turned out to resonate with audiences beautifully.
What about the female roles? Were they also challenging to cast?
Initially, Sridevi was set to play both leading ladies, but the producers worried that her presence would overshadow the male protagonist.
This decision led to Kajol and Shilpa Shetty getting the chance to shine, and they both delivered wonderfully, elevating the film.
Their performances must have brought the script to life in ways they couldn't have anticipated.
Absolutely. And this adaptation process perfectly complemented the intense and suspenseful narrative. Filming began in December 1992 and lasted until June 1993.
That's quite a lengthy shoot. Were there any notable highlights from the production?
The directors were meticulous, and interestingly, they filmed two endings. One where the police arrest Vicky and another where Ajay takes down the villain.
Did they always know which ending they would choose?
Interestingly, they ultimately went with the one that showcased Ajay as a hero, which tied the narrative together beautifully.
That's intriguing. What were the challenges during filming?
Securing the emotional depth required for such intense scenes was crucial, and both the cast and crew worked hard to get it right.
With all this remarkable effort, no wonder Baazigar became a classic.
Exactly. Every detail contributed to its legacy, and it's fascinating to see how their hard work continues to resonate even today.
Truly amazing. Can't wait to see what else there is to discover about Baazigar's fascinating journey.